What's cracking, gang? It's been a long week. Busy. We got the news dropped on us by Bungie that just snowballed into an absolutely insane shit show, which left me with a lot of thoughts and all. And more news has been revealed since then. Not necessarily bad news, but some upcoming content for Destiny. Changes to the Crucible, with one of the first Crucible Strike Team drops, detailing new modes like Sparrow Control, 3v3 Quick Play, and 6v6 Quick Play being separate nodes. Some good changes there. I'm eager to check it out. Also, the new season being announced following the final imbaruengine encounter's completion, with the 15th wish being real? The ahamkara egg stored in Savathun's Spire. That's pretty dope. I dig that. But I wanted to express my thoughts on it all and what the future of Destiny looks like to me. We went to see Hollywood Undead and Tech 9 live this week, and I caught a pretty nasty flu there, and recovery has been a real nasty bitch to do, but I think I'm feeling well enough to get into some of this with y'all. I want to keep this one a little more composed than the previous because I think I've had some time to really gather my thoughts on how to feel about all this. Since the news broke, it seems like every creator and their mother is dropping some kind of the path forward, my feelings so far, how Bungie dragged my dog outside and shot it in the fucking head type video. And you know what? It's my turn. Not necessarily on the future of the channel or anything like that, because I feel like I'm at a point where any deviation in trajectory for what I make isn't really impactful. But for those who are here for Destiny content, I see you, and I'll get this out of the way right now. I ain't stopping Destiny content, at least for as long as there's a roadmap with the game, which is pretty much covered for, what, the next year and a half? So we're good, folks. Just don't be surprised when you see movie reviews and shit being thrown in the mix, because that's something I already really enjoy doing. But we're here to talk about Destiny right now. Here's the thing, I still really love Destiny. Shocker to some, I'm sure, but I think enjoying a product that a dev team put together, hating upper management, can coexist. I've been having an internal debate with myself on this for a few days here and there, where it's like, I don't want to support the decisions of upper management, but I want to support the developers who still remain at the studio. The bottom line, you know? They're the ones who are really putting in all this work for us to enjoy, and are the voice for the player in the office. But no matter how much developers can rally around and encourage changes that win back player feedback, upper management forces their hand with what makes it through and what doesn't. Bugs and glitches are a different story, I know, but the focus is more so on the content of the game that devs want to insert and have available to the player, but management holds them back and says no. Then the devs are slapped with the quote-unquote lazy label. That really sucks, and I hate that. But I don't think the actual dev team should be punished for that shitty practice. That is not their fault. And before anyone starts losing their shit saying, actually, the devs have the power to do this and that, and it's the devs' fault, I'll outright say this. No, it's not. You don't have to believe that. That's okay. I really only speak for myself on this topic because a single person does not represent a whole community, but my personal feelings are I fully support the development team and I condemn the upper management. And quick shout out to Joe Blackburn. According to internal reports, they all agree Joe's the fucking man and is doing his damn best at being a leader in those times. But given that I do want to support the development team and enjoy the product they create, as I have for so many years in the past, I will be sticking around for the next season, expansion, and episodes further on. I'm here till the servers shut down if I'm being honest. As long as Destiny has a pulse, I'll be along for the ride. Maybe in the future it won't be the main game I play, but that's a bridge we'll cross when we get to it. Last week, I was honestly very pessimistic about the future of Destiny, and a lot of the content being posted around the topic was very pessimistic too, so that only emboldened my feelings about it. And I'm guilty of it too. My last video was not all sunshine and rainbows. It was not positive by any means. But as I've spent some time away from consuming Destiny content, the less negative I felt about it. Like, why should I let someone else's opinion on the future of the game determine what my outlook is? Does it help with taking, like financial precautionary measures? Sure, like I'll tread relatively carefully in that sense. With Season of the Wish's reveal, I felt that little bit of excitement I usually get when a new season is revealed. Then I was like, wait, I'm not allowed to be excited for this after what Bungie did. But then I was like, wait a minute, yes I can be. I don't have to forget what Bungie did last week, and being excited for content is not giving forgiveness to management. That's just being hyped for new content for my favorite game. And Season of the Wish and the Final Shape are likely the last bits of content those employees who were laid off worked on. So why not appreciate what work they did and consider it as a last hurrah for them? I'll be on November 28th, I'll tell you that. Plus, another interesting thing to look forward to is this is going to be the first season fully developed under the quote-unquote new seasonal model, a change from the way past seasons worked with story delivery, seasonal activities, etc. We'll just have to see how that goes, but I'm stoked. Even though Season of the Witch was still sort of given the typical seasonal model, but with a few new additions on top of it, with the deck building and all, it was one of the most enjoyable seasons in recent memory, and the story was Loved it. Huge props there. I'll give it where it's due. So what about past Season of the Wish? As Bungie said in their Our Path Forward post, signed Destiny 2 team, they stated they wanted the final shape to surpass expectations to the likes of the Taken King, Forsaken, and the Witch Queen, which each person will feel differently about the Witch Queen being included there, but using the over delivery expansions as a standard here is like, whoa, all right, let's see if you can do it. And if they pull it off, that's fantastic. Either way, they're making a great deal of fuss about how the final shape ain't no chump offering. And to me, that sounds good. I'm eager to see if it lives up to the hype and isn't another Lightfall situation. I doubt it will be like Lightfall to any capacity, because I think that was like a real good learning lesson for them on how not to write characters and story and just in general deliver content. The tone of the final shape seems far darker than Lightfall's hyper pop synth waves 80s movie comedy vibe. So that already is a plus in my mind. That vortex of hands was like some DMT trip type shit, and that looks fucking sick to me. I love that. Also, although that post they made didn't mention a delay for the final shape, it's heavily implied, so there's that. Now for episodes and acts, I don't really have too many thoughts on those yet, because I feel there hasn't been much in terms of details given. Conceptually, to me, it just sounds like seasons with a different name dealing with different storylines, so I'll hold judgment on it and take the information in as it comes and relay it to y'all. Now the last topic I want to touch on is Marathon and what Marathon means for Destiny, and I'll be blatant about this. I don't think Marathon and Destiny are necessarily going to affect each other too much. They're not competitors. They have their own separate teams. Sure, some Destiny devs were moved over to Marathon, but they've been there. Bungie is not ditching Destiny for Marathon. They cannot afford to. Destiny is their only income source at the moment. Marathon can either pop off or be dead on arrival. Either way, Destiny will not die because of it, nor will Destiny be left behind in terms of support for Marathon. Destiny is Bungie's baby. Destiny is a long-term MMO RPG with a dedicated fan base, a behemoth of sorts. Marathon is a reprisal of an old Bungie IP and an extraction shooter, which is already a niche genre on its own. Destiny, I think, will be just fine. I'll eat my words if I have to, but for now, that's where I stand. Overall, for the future of Destiny, I'm not overly lose my mind optimistic, but I'm not entirely pessimistic either. I'll swing from one way to another as time goes on, but generally, I'm still along for the ride, and I'm eager to see how the story, gameplay, employment, management, everything is handled. I don't think the game is dying or whatever. I think it's alive. Just the vocal player morale is in a critical state. It'll take time to repair, but come on, be honest. I can guarantee you, in a few months' time, the sentiment will pass, as it always has, because everyone is just addicted to Destiny. Saying it will pass does not minimalize what happened or make it any less bad. The situation fucking sucks. But tough times do not last forever. The changes that can come from tough times can certainly influence a positive outcome in other ways. We just gotta hold on for that. That's all from me today, gang. Just wanted to put some of my thoughts out on the future of Destiny and how I feel about everything right now and further on. Remember, these are just my subjective, individual thoughts that have no bearing on your life in any way. Craft your own opinion and don't let myself or others influence how you feel about the game and all surrounding it. What are your thoughts on the future of Destiny? Season of the Wish, the final shape, and Marathon for that matter? Let me know in the comments down below. Catch you guys on the flip side. Take care. Deuces.